Social Security isn't being officially cut, but changes to the retirement age could still reduce what you receive over your lifetime. And most people don't notice it until it's already too late to adjust their plan. Here's what I want to do today. I want to show you the real number, the dollar amount, what this proposal would actually remove from your lifetime benefits. And then I want to show you something most videos skip completely, because the people it hurts most aren't the ones with the loudest voices in this debate. The proposal sounds simple enough. Raise the full retirement age. Right now, for most people, that age is 67. Some in Washington want to move it to 69. Others are pushing for 70. They call it a reform, an adjustment, a way to keep the system solvent. This is the only number you need to hold on to right now. Every single year they raise that retirement age costs you approximately $24,000 in lifetime benefits. That's not a projection. That's based on Social Security Administration testimony per year. So if they raise it from 67 to 69, 2 years, you're looking at roughly $48,000 gone from what you were counting on. Raise it to 70, and you're somewhere around $72,000 lighter over your lifetime. When you put it in percentage terms, each 1 year increase amounts to about a 7% reduction in your total benefit. Push it 3 years, 67 to 70, and you're at roughly a 20% cut. One in $5, gone. And they didn't call it a cut once. Here's where it gets more complicated, and this is the part that doesn't get talked about fairly. If you've spent decades doing real work that costs something, this conversation is specifically about you. Think about what it means to tell someone in their early 60s who spent 30 years in construction or warehousing or caregiving that they need to work 3 more years before the government considers them fully retired. About 41% of workers without college degrees hold physically demanding jobs. Their bodies aren't just tired, they're spent. Their knees, their backs, their hearing. 30 years of that kind of work leaves a mark that no policy document accounts for. For those workers, retirement isn't a lifestyle preference, it's a physical reality. And the data on what happens to these workers is hard to sit with. Research shows that people in the bottom half of the income scale live, on average, about 5 fewer years than those at the top. 5 fewer years to collect the benefits they spent a lifetime paying into. Now, here's what I want you to really understand, because this is the piece most people miss. This is what I'm calling the double penalty. Under current law, if you retire early, say at 62, you already take a significant hit. You're claiming before your full retirement age, so your monthly benefit gets permanently reduced. Right now, that reduction is around 30%. That's the first penalty. But here's what happens if they raise the full retirement age to 70. If someone physically cannot wait, if their body has made that decision for them, and they claim at 62 under the new rules, they're not looking at a 30% reduction. They're looking at something closer to 50%. Half their benefit. Gone. Not because they made a bad decision, not because they didn't plan, but because they did hard, necessary work for 3 decades. And a policy designed on paper doesn't account for what that actually does to a human body. That's not reform. That's a burden placed on the people least able to carry it. Up to this point, the picture looks fairly bleak. Cuts dressed up as adjustments, physical workers getting squeezed hardest, a system that seems to be tightening on the people who need it most. But here's what changes when you look at the full picture. Social Security doesn't have to be cut to stay solvent. There is a straightforward alternative, and it's already being proposed. Right now, Social Security taxes stop applying once your income passes a certain threshold. In 2025, that number is $176,100. What that means in practice is this. Someone earning $5 million a year pays Social Security taxes on the same slice of income as someone earning $176,000. In simple terms, after that cap, the wealthy stop contributing. Middle income workers don't have a cap. They pay on every dollar they earn. If that cap were removed, if higher earners paid Social Security taxes on their full income, the same way everyone else does, the math changes significantly. Independent projections suggest that change alone could support a $200 per month increase in benefits for current retirees while helping stabilize the system for the long term. That's not radical. That's just asking everyone to play by the same rules. The question of how to save Social Security isn't actually that complicated. The question is who gets asked to pay for it.
So let me leave you with something concrete. The wow line I promised earlier, here it is. The people proposing you work until 70 will never spend a decade pouring concrete or scrubbing floors or lifting warehouse shelves. That's not a political statement. It's just a description of what's on the table and who isn't sitting at it. You are not waiting for a benefit. You are waiting to collect a debt they owe you. That is what Social Security is. Not charity, not a government favor, a promise funded by your own paychecks for your entire working life. Here is the one thing I'd ask you to do today. Go to ssa.gov and pull up your Social Security statement. It takes about 3 minutes. You'll see your projected benefit at 62, at 67, at 70. Most people are genuinely surprised, and knowing your actual number is the foundation for every decision that comes next. Have you checked your estimate recently? Drop what you found in the comments. People are often shocked the first time. What we didn't cover today is the decision that arguably matters even more than any of this, the question of when to claim. Even if the system stays exactly as it is today, the timing of your claim can mean the difference of tens of thousands of dollars over your retirement. Most people get that decision wrong, not because they're careless, but because nobody's explained it honestly. That's the next video. I post a new video every week. If this one helped you see something differently, that is all I ever hope for. Give it a like if it was worth your time, and if someone you care about is figuring out retirement right now, share this with them. I will see you in the next one.